population control, more U.S. women are getting permanently sterilized because they never want to have children, Michael Snyder reports. Large numbers of young women in their 20s and 30s are getting permanently sterilized in order to make absolutely sure that they will never get pregnant. In the old days, it was extremely rare to hear of a young woman getting sterilized during her prime childbearing years, but now it is very common. And as you'll see below, many U.S. adults no longer consider having children or being married to the very important goals in life. Instead, a lot of them are focusing on other pursuits, and they don't want unintended pregnancies messing things up. In some cases, young adults are taking things to extreme by getting permanently sterilized. According to one national study, there was a very sharp increase in the number of tubal sterilizations and vasectomies immediately following the Supreme Court decision that overturned Roe versus Wade. The national study published today in a JAMA Health Forum trusted source research letter is the first to evaluate the effects of the historic Dobbs versus Jackson ruling on permanent sterilization measures among young adults. Looking at data from 113 million people across the United States, policy researchers from the University of Pittsburgh School of Public Health and Boston University found an abrupt nationwide increase in tubal sterilizations and vasectomies among adults aged 18 to 30. I guess tubal sterilization means removing your fallopian tubes from women. And vasectomy is, of course, the men. Now, the increase in sterilizations is particularly sharp for young women. In fact, the rate of sterilization for young women nearly doubled. The researchers found after the Dobbs decision there was an immediate increase of 58 sterilization procedures for women, or about 5.31 procedures per month per 100,000 people. This is nearly double the previous rate of 2.84 procedures per month for women. A 25-year-old nursing student named Jarnee McKay was recently asked why she decided to get sterilized, and she rattled off a long list of reasons why she never wants to get pregnant. When Jarnee McKay, 25, imagines having children, a series of scary scenarios pop up in her mind. The horrors of childbirth, risks associated with pregnancy, a flighty potential partner, exorbitant childcare costs. Abortion care restrictions are also on her list of fears. So Ms. McKay, a nursing student in Orlando, decided to eliminate the possibility of an accidental pregnancy. But first doctor she consulted refused to remove her fallopian tube, she said, insisting that she might change her mind after meeting her soulmate. Of course, McKay is far from alone. Sadly, a study that was recently released by the Pew Research Center discovered that the portion of the population that is not interested in raising children has been getting larger. Like Ms. McKay, a growing number of U.S. adults say they are unlikely to raise children, according to the study released on Thursday by the Pew Research Center. When the survey was conducted in 2023, 47% of those younger than 50 without children said they were unlikely to ever have children, an increase of 10 percentage points since 2018. When asked why children were not in their future, 57% said they simply did not want to have them. Women were more likely to respond this way than men, 64% versus 50%. Further reasons include the desire to focus on other things like their career or interests, concerns about the state of the world, worries about the costs involved in raising a child, concerns about the environment, including climate change, and not having found the right partner. So where in the world are all of these young people getting these ideas? Could it be possible that they're being influenced to think this way? Now, millions upon millions of our young people have fully embraced the values that politicians like liberals have been preaching. For example, resurfaced video shows Kamala Harris suggesting young people should not have children due to climate change, and she calls climate anxiety the fear of the future and the unknown of whether it makes sense for you to even think about having children. Needless to say, a lot of young women that are getting permanently sterilized now will wish that they could reverse that decision later. I know that one of my near relatives decided to reverse her decision, but it was too late. Because after she met the man of her dreams, of course, she wanted to reverse that, and of course she could not. Now, and any society that does not value marriage, family, children is not going to thrive for very long. Here in the United States, the birth rate has been below replacement levels since the 1970s, and last year it dropped to a brand new all-time record low. The rate in the United States has remained generally under around 2.1 children per woman, or what is known as the replacement rate, since the 1970s. A rate of 1.62 in 2023 marks a new low and a sign of years of decline. The only reason our population has still been growing is due to the record levels of immigration. Otherwise, our population would be steadily shrinking. If we want to turn things around, we need a revolution in the hearts and minds of young people, because right now, large numbers of them do not value marriage and children at all. When asked what it takes to lead to a fulfilling life, the public prioritizes job satisfaction and friendship over marriage and parenthood. Some 71% of all adults say having a job or career they enjoy is extremely or very important in order for people to live a fulfilling life. And 61% say having close friends is equally important. Only about 1 in 4 adults say having children, 26%, or being married, 23%, is extremely or very important in order to live a fulfilling life. A third say each of these is somewhat important, and 42% to 44%, respectively, say having children or being married is not too or not at all important. Having a lot of money is viewed as extremely or very important for fulfilling life by 24% of adults, while another 49% say this is somewhat important. About 1 in 4 adults, 27%, say this is not too or not at all important. Those that believe in population control have done a good job of convincing millions upon millions of our young people that having children is not desirable. We've been trained to chase after money, but that is a road that does not lead to true happiness. In fact, many of the wealthiest people in the world are also extremely miserable. So please don't buy into the lies that society is trying to tell you. Choosing to get sterilized is not the answer, and it's a decision that you could end up deeply regretting down the road. And this is by Michael Snyder on the Economic Collapse blog. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. This is by Michael Snyder. About the author, Michael Snyder's extremely controversial new book entitled Chaos is available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. He's also written 7 other books that are available on Amazon, including End Times, 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophets and the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters. When you purchase any of Michael's books, you help to support the work he's doing. You can also get his articles by email as soon as he publishes them by subscribing to his Substack newsletter. Michael has published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and the Most Important News, and he always freely and happily allows others to republish those articles on their own websites. These are such troubled times, and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, we strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.